morning, good afternoon, good night. How are you? Assalamu alaikum. Mubarako. Kamo talibu. Kamo siva. Ni hao. This is Musa. Matt Meacham Jr. signing in on Mars. Yes, I have made it to Mars. Now, the way you do it is you can't do it, because in order to make it to Mars, you have to be a Martian. And all of us Martians know how to get to Mars and how to come back to Earth. Well, while I was on the planet, I heard about the election of the President of the United States of America. Well, I think we are in for some interesting times. Now, I know when I was prior to the election that I was, it looked to me, the momentum looked, as I saw it on the, as I watched the news, it seemed like Miss Harris was getting ready to be the President of the United States of America. But she did not win. I found it quite interesting. But it only reflects, it's a reflection of the times. But then, whatever we do, we must remember that we did what we did. And whatever the outcome is, all we have to do is to reflect. You know, you see this luscious woman. Okay, let's look at let's use our imagination here. Okay, but first, in order to use our imagination, we got to have where do we start from? In other words, I have to have a certain type of view to make a certain type of statement. Or to make a prediction, I must have a certain type of view. Or to make a choice, I must make, if I make a choice, I am coming from a particular perspective. Okay, I may be coming from the perspective of a Christian minister. So when I make an analysis, it's from my perspective as a Christian minister. Or if I'm a Muslim minister and I make a perspective that is based on my spiritual or ethical, is based on my spiritual and ethical view. Why am I saying all this? To justify what I'm getting ready to say before I sign out. Now, when I was studying the election, it looked to me at first, well, the thing is, let's go back to when Mr. Biden was messing around and saying this and then saying that, falling off the stage, doing this. Then at the last moment, he said, "Oh, I'm not going to run for president." Well, we knew that anyway. But then he says, and then here comes Miss Harris. Oh, I am 100% behind Mr. Biden. It seems, okay, I don't, the elections were not fixed. I think that election is a true reflection of the American state of mind. I think it's a true reflection. I don't think that anybody cheated at the ballot box. I think that is the genuine reason why Mr. Trump was elected according to the ballot. Now, we are in for a big struggle. A big struggle. It's no matter how the oligarchs, it's no matter how the oligarchs plan this thing. Destiny has already been written. So, I remember when I was a very young man and President Nixon was elected the President of the United States of America. And then they found out that he had done all this dirty work. And then he was he had to resign. When President Nixon resigned, he went to China. And he made China his home. And within the next, 10 years, China is a major competitor of the USA, and with the same type of power that the USA has today. He is a president of the United States of America, and he relocates to a potential enemy. And then within a decade, that potential enemy has come to the same level as the country that he came from. Then something tells me that that president must have told that potential enemy a lot about the secrets of America. And now China and US, China may be more powerful than the US. Where am I going? America got what it deserves. America deserves Mr. Donald Trump. I don't think that I had my hopes and aspirations for Miss Harris. But then I would see that she had people like Tyler Perry, the former president of the United States, what's his name, Barack Obama. Those were her backers, and the American public is looking at her backers. Remember, what do we know about Tyler Perry, and what do we know about the former president of the United States of America, Mr. Barack Obama? What do we know about these people? You study it, and you find out, what do we know about these people? Okay. Diddy, Mr. Diddy will not, Mr. Diddy, he will not spend the rest of his life in prison. Mr. Diddy will walk. So that's the politics of America. Mr. Diddy will walk, and Mr. Trump will walk. But in their walking, where will it lead us? Those who follow that leadership. So Mr. Diddy will walk. And even though I am a fiction writer, this time I am on the right track. Mr. Diddy will walk. Mr. Trump has walked. And many others will walk. Okay, perhaps during Mr. Trump's regime, now there may be a subtle peace. There may not be too much friction between Russia and U.S. I think Mr. Trump, he and Mr. Putin, I think they will get along pretty well. But what about Palestine? Palestine, they will continue to massacre the Palestinian people. Why? Because that is the message of the oligarchy. And I just found out that South Africa, let's talk about this nuclear bomb. South Africa has the nuclear bomb. White Nazis, not white racists, white separatists. South Africa has the nuclear bomb. Israel has the nuclear bomb. Let's talk about the nuclear bomb. They started working on the nuclear bomb during the Nazi regime in Germany. When the Nazis were killing those people who claimed to be Jews, when they were baking them in ovens, the Nazis, the Nazi Germans, the racist, separatist Nazis were working on the atomic bomb. Nazis. Einstein, he ratted on the Nazis. Albert Einstein, he ratted on the Nazis. He told the U.S. government that the Nazis were working on the atomic bomb. And look at the countries that have the atomic bomb. South Africa has the atomic bomb. Those whites, you have the blacks out front, the black puppets, but the whites still control South Africa, and they have that bomb. The Israelites have that bomb. Not the Israelites. The so-called Jews in Israel, they have the atomic bomb. Now, that's how the world stands. South Africa has the nuclear bomb. It seems like the world is under their control, but the world is not under their control. The world is under God's control. So in other words, the fictions that come out of the way the world is running today, there will be an attempt to continue to perpetuate these fictions. Because these whites, separatists, Nazis, who rule is basic, that's basically what we're talking about. We're talking about a Nazi, a white separatist group of people who are determined to keep control of the world. those whites in South Africa have the nuclear bomb. So these Nazis, the Nazis are still trying to rule the world. That's what I want to talk about. They will not win this war. They will blow up Palestine. They will kill children and babies. And they will kill black South Africans and any other black-skinned human being. It's a Nazi type of thing. Where am I going? Where did I get this from? It's interesting. Everything that we need to know is right in front of us. Just turn on your computer and you can see what is going on in the world today. Those whites, racist, nationalists who have ruled the world for these so many years, their time to rule the world has ended, despite how things look. Despite how things look to us, the world has changed, the world will change, and those who were first shall be last, and those who were last shall be first. And this is Smooth Song, Matt Meacham Jr. signing out. And I may not be on Earth. I just may be on Mars. Signing out.